Welcome to this presentation. I'm Johan Cools, founder of Percentage Coaching. Percentage coaching is a holistic mind and body coaching concept that is based on 3 foundations which are all linked to my personal experience and know-how. This includes more than 45 active years of competition sports such as tennis and squash, as well as 25 years of research in the fields of self-development and neuroscience. Besides that, and for more than 10 years, I dedicated myself to health research to get more insights in nutrition, lifestyle, anti-aging, and regeneration of the body. I did this with the intention to provide information, technology, and know-how to optimize health and to slow down aging processes of sport professionals. This all mounts up to more than 60 years of combined experience in various fields that I have condensed in percentage coaching. My approach is holistic because it's my personal experience that mental and emotional imbalance does not only cause stress, but also brings the body out of balance. That is why coherence and balance are central themes, and total coherence that I strive towards with my coaching programs is a mind and body state in which an athlete is mentally, emotionally, and physically completely in balance, 100% prepared for any challenge and ready for peak performance. So if we strive towards peak performance and high consistency, we need to eliminate the disturbing factors of total coherence. And all these factors can be categorized as mental, emotional, and physical stress. The figure shows how a negative cascade of various stress factors result in reduced performance. The orange bar represents maximum performance capacity during training. But generally, it's very hard to perform at that level during competition. And that's why the blue bar represents the maximum performance capacity during tournament play. But in most cases, you will not consistently perform at that level either. And therefore, the green bar represents your average performance level during competition. The figure shows a typical off day when you experience that everything goes wrong. This is mostly caused by a specific event that happened or a specific situation. To explain this with a practical example, you can imagine a tennis player that hates wind because it's affecting the consistency of his serve. When there's a lot of wind, which is the specific situation, our player might start producing double faults. That's the result. This will reduce his self-confidence, which will again impact his performance. And that's how the negative cascade evolves. When performance drops, then stress levels go up, which will further deteriorate his level of performance. A typical example of this is Maria Sharapova, which had a big issue with her serve for many years and suffered numerous double faults once doubt crept in. So from the chart it's visible that we have 2 action fields. We can optimize your maximum performance capacity, and we can improve coherence and raise your competition performance up to your maximum capacity. To increase your maximum performance capacity, the strategy of percentage coaching is to accumulate small and sometimes big improvements in all areas on which I will elaborate further on. This is the essence, as it's the small combined percentage gains in detailed areas and which are mostly neglected that eventually make the difference between lifting the trophy or lifting nothing. Secondly, we will work on the reduction of various physical and mental stress factors to raise your competition performance. This will result in emotional balance, increased mental toughness, and an optimized body ready for top performance. On the second image, you can see how your initial settings will change once we have gone through the complete program. Now we define the problem and the challenge, we can determine the major objectives and a general strategy. The three major objectives are to improve your performance and consistency, extend your professional career and improve your health and longevity. The general strategy to achieve these objectives is to set clear and precise goals, to determine and reverse limiting beliefs, negative self-images, and negative habitual thinking patterns, and to increase your focus and motivation. These first three strategy points are dealt with in my Escape from Orbit program. Further, we will reduce your mental and physical stress and provide technologies and methods related to anti-aging and health. And finally, we will analyze details in every area of your sport discipline that affect your performance and optimize them with personalized tools and unique methods. So our first objective is to increase performance capacity. There are two important work domains, and the first one is agility. Agility is all about improving your balance, coordination such as hand-eye or foot-eye coordination, speed, flexibility and power. I want to elaborate on speed because speed is not all about muscle power, and therefore we seek to enhance reaction time, vision, which includes focus speed, peripheral vision, then there is response time, and finally movement speed or power. What we do in practice is to analyze your overall level of ability and provide physical training programs to increase the level of each subdomain. This can be done in collaboration with your physical coach, but I designed a few specific training exercises and novel concepts that simultaneously work on various of these aspects. This will save time on your workouts, which we then can use to integrate the various mental coaching programs. The essence is to make you more aware in what fields there is room for improvement, and then to determine a strategy and a plan of action to improve the weak areas and to maximize the existing strengths. This simply means that if you are fast, we can make you faster by, for instance, integrating plyometric routines in your workouts. But for all clarity, I want to emphasize that percentage coaching is not specifically offering physical training programs, and that we mainly create awareness about the various factors that determine your level of agility so we can work on them. Improving your motoric skills and technique is the second way to increase your maximum performance capacity. Here we aim to improve existing technical skills and add new skills if this is applicable in your sports discipline. This means, for instance, when you're good at taking penalties, we will provide you specific mental tools that will increase your efficiency. The method consists of analyzing your skills and determining those skills that can be improved and which ones can be added. This sounds simplistic, but the unique tools which I developed to achieve this are very sophisticated and are based on the latest research in the field of neuroscience and neuroplasticity. In practice, this means that I develop personalized mental rehearsal videos, provide you with unique theta wave practice routines, and teach you how to create a state of coherence in your mind and body to support the practical application of these new skills. All this will raise your level of performance, confidence and consistency. Be clear that it's not my intention to take over the role of your technical coach or head coach, and that these programs are always designed after consulting your technical coach, which has better insights in your technical abilities. What I offer are personalized visual tools that will seriously speed up the process of learning new skills and/or improving existing ones. We now clearly tackled the first objective, which was to increase your maximum performance capacity. But now we still need to eliminate the mental, emotional and physical stress factors that limit your performance during competition. But to understand mental stress, firstly, I need to explain how your subconscious mind is working. The image you see here is an iceberg, and the visible part represents your conscious mind, which directs all your conscious actions. Your conscious mind is the playfield of willpower and of rational and logical thinking. As you can see, the carrier waves of these processes are situated in the beta frequencies. It's crucial to understand that the conscious mind is mainly working in frequencies between 12 to 25 Hertz. Now the problem is that your conscious mind only counts for 10% of all your actions, because 90% is orchestrated by your subconscious mind. I'm talking here about your habit to hit the forehand, to swing your golf club, to take a penalty, and so on. All of these actions are mostly habitual and not conscious at all. Now the subconscious mind is where your self-image, beliefs, confidence and habits reside. That also includes motoric and technical skills, which are habitual patterns you have acquired by repeating a certain action thousands of times. Once you have acquired a certain technical skill, you don't need to think about it because it's hardwired in your subconscious brain, just like the software of an automatic pilot. It's most interesting to know that children up to the age of 6 years are restricted to theta waves only, and that is the period in their lives that they are in super learning mode and able to absorb a massive amount of information. That is why the subconscious mind is a supercomputer compared with your conscious mind, because it has a much higher speed and capacity. Now, as you can see, the operational frequencies of this part of your brain are much lower and are situated between 4 to 7 Hertz. That is why all the mental tools I develop are designed to work in these specific theta frequencies, because only with those frequencies you can directly access the sources of stress and change habits, as I will explain you later. Now we understand the basics of the subconscious. Let us reduce your mental and emotional stress, which is the first cause of reduced coherence and performance during competition. It's critical to understand that mental stress is very subjective and based on your beliefs, self-image, confidence level, and habits. To demonstrate this, we can firstly watch this short video. For most of us, only watching this video will already arouse mental stress, but if you were forced to perform this act, then surely your levels of mental stress would shoot through the roof. So let me analyze the situation. As you can see, the nutcase is scoring high in confidence, and he also has a strong habit that supports his confidence in this kind of act. Besides that, he surely can identify himself as being a nutcase. These are the reasons that the perspective of performing this act is arousing positive emotions, and this will result in low stress levels that will not make him fall. But our emotions and perception will probably deviate completely from his. The reason is that we don't have the self-confidence to perform this act, and we probably don't have the skill or habit either. I also guess that most of us don't share the self-image. That is why you probably experience emotions of fear when watching this video clip. And this fear will considerably raise your stress levels. So it's your self-image, beliefs and habits that influence your perception, and your perception is arousing either negative or positive emotions. That's why we can conclude that limiting beliefs, lack of confidence, a negative self-image and bad habitual thinking patterns are the subconscious catalysts of negative emotions that cause mental and emotional stress. Now I can already conclude that the main sources of mental stress are in the first place lack of belief and confidence. For instance, some players have a negative belief that they just cannot win from a certain opponent because they already lost a few times from them. The second source is a poor self-image. If you can only see yourself as a top 100 player and not as a top 10 player, this self-image will dramatically limit your chances to reach higher rankings. In the third place, we find negative habitual thinking patterns. This happens, for instance, when you have a habit to focus on the negative outcome of a situation. For instance, if I miss this shot, it's all over. Or I should not make a double fault. Or if I land in the bunker. Or if I make a double fault now, and so on. These are undesirable habitual thoughts that seem to have a tendency to pop up in your brain unsolicited. The final source of mental stress is insufficient mental preparation. When you're not well mentally prepared for a game, or if you have not gone through the various scenarios which can occur, then this can result in a feeling of loss of control. The feeling of loss of control is a major stress factor which can completely undermine your performance. There are various indicators that demonstrate that you're under mental stress, and I name just a few of the most important ones. You're unable to handle increased pressure. You're playing great in practice but underperforming in competition. You're practicing hard but getting no payback. You show anger and frustration during competition. You experience slumps and inconsistency in mental fitness. Or you lack concentration and focus. And finally, your motivation might decrease. These are all symptoms of mental stress. And I emphasize, these are the symptoms, not the sources. The solution to reduce mental stress is to rewire or reprogram your subconscious mind. Rather than trying to fight the symptoms of mental stress, I am providing fundamental solutions to cut its roots. You can fight the symptoms all day long, but as long as you don't address the source, you will never obtain long-term improvements, and that's what percentage coaching is all about. Increase your performance and your consistency. Where even a few decades ago, scientists thought that the brain had no ability to regenerate itself. Latest scientific research is clearly demonstrating that the brain has a high degree of plasticity and regeneration capacity. Scientists are now able to locate habits and visualize them under the form of clusters of neurons that fire in concert. This means that neuroplasticity and the regeneration capacity of the brain provides us an opportunity to eradicate negative habits, a negative self-image, or limiting beliefs, and replace them by their positive counterparts. And that's exactly what the methodology is all about. Firstly, we identify all the negative sources of mental stress, and then we provide tools and know-how to optimize and speed up this reprogramming process. You could call it anti-stress software for your brain. This specifically means that percentage coaching is providing advanced variations of standard tools which already have a track record of success. This includes targeted visualizations in which we integrate images created by your imagination or personalized video fragments to install new beliefs and create an upgraded positive self-image. Then there are animated affirmations under the form of audio files for verbal repetition. And finally, there are optimized mental rehearsal programs. These are mostly tailor-made personalized video animations that will dramatically speed up the learning process of new motoric skills and techniques or change stubborn, recurring technical errors. Percentage coaching has created a unique concept to integrate affirmations and visualizations in those mental rehearsal programs, which makes them much more effective and tackles various sources of mental stress within the same program. Mental coaches mostly provide standard version of these tools, yet they already witness amazing results. A proof of this is the quote of Michael Phelps, which speaks for itself. I also propose an advanced technology which is called the brain tap. The iceberg slide showed that limiting beliefs and habits are stored in your subconscious mind, and the preferred frequencies to communicate with the subconscious mind are theta waves. And that is the reason why most programs fail or only bring short-term results, as they only provide you rational solutions that fit your conscious mind. Unfortunately, as we have explained, the conscious mind is working in beta frequencies, and therefore rational thinking and willpower will have limited results when it comes to changing beliefs, habits, self-image or technical skills. Now, theta waves are linked to a state of deep meditation, and it takes a lot of practice to enter such a state, let alone stay in such a state for a prolonged and sufficient enough period of time to effectively run the programs I provide. That is why I always propose the brain tap, as it brings you in a state of prolonged and deep meditation in less than 5 minutes. The benefits are considerable because you can run your personalized mental sessions anywhere and anytime. Another benefit is that it speeds up the process of rewiring the brain. This means that with less time you will obtain better results. And finally, there are numerous proven psychological benefits linked to regular meditation, and more specifically of the regular usage of the brain tap. Here is a non-exhaustive list of some of the additional benefits of the brain tap. It strengthens your immunity and supports your health because it stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system. It enhances regeneration of neurons and neuroplasticity. It decreases your stress hormones and increases serotonin production for better mood and behavior. It's reducing tension-related pain and decreases chronic and silent inflammation in your body. It slows down aging and one of the factors is that it increases telomerase, which is increasing the life cycle of your muscle cells and of all your body cells. The brain tap will also considerably increase the energy level of your brain and improve your metabolism. Another important benefit is that it improves your heart rate variability, which is an important health indicator for athletes and for everybody in general. And finally, it increases your attention span, improves your hearing, as well as your memory. Now we addressed mental and emotional stress, we will take a closer look at the physical challenges and stress factors, which are equally important. Here are some of the most frequent occurring sources of physical stress, and it's my experience that almost every professional athlete is suffering from at least a few of them. Lack of muscle power, endurance or stamina. A reduced immunity which can lead to infections. You might find it difficult to regenerate your body in between matches or tournaments. Another factor is that your diet is not supporting long-term top performance, or you might fear that your body is aging and degenerating due to the long-term intense physical efforts. Finally, your body can be out of balance, and the main problem is that most sport professionals are not aware of the degenerative processes which are the consequence of these imbalances. In this case, we talk about, for instance, dehydration of the body, lack of omegas, minerals and vitamins, a disturbed gut flora that can cause allergies and inflammation, acidity of the body, which will reduce the oxygen levels available for your muscles, excess free radicals and toxins that can damage energy production in your cells, and finally, we must consider the chronic disturbance of the circadian rhythm due to a poor sleeping pattern. This will disrupt your hormone balance and disturb the regeneration processes in your body. Such hormonal imbalance can further disrupt many vital processes in your body, and all those imbalances will limit the physical potential of your body and negatively affect your performance. Besides tackling the general physical challenges, we must also consider those which are more linked to aging, such as injuries, illnesses, low immunity, exhaustion, problems with joints, loss of muscle power, loss of endurance and reduced energy level, increased stiffness and muscle soreness, reduced regeneration capacity of the body, and finally, reduced reflexes and flexibility. The problem is that those challenges can already appear in the early stage of a professional career, and that this depends on the individual factors such as constitution, the specific discipline, and to a big degree on the general lifestyle. Unfortunately, most athletes are not aware of specific technologies, natural methods, and lifestyle changes which can delay aging and prevent many physical challenges which are linked to the profession of top sport. The solution for all those physical challenges is to maintain and regenerate the body, and this might sound simplistic, but it's based on more than 10 years health research, which is partly covered in my book Modern Lifestyle Kills, which will be published soon. I propose different tools and methods which will keep your body in the best possible shape and at the same time delay aging and stimulate natural regeneration processes in your body. Some of these methods and tools are targeted light therapy. breathing techniques for increased coherence of mind and body, earthing technologies which are already used by some top athletes, lifestyle changes and restoration of circadian rhythm, natural herbs, teas, superfoods and selected food supplements, an adapted diet based on the energy balance of nutrition and restoring pH balance and hydration levels of the body. Integrating all this know-how will prepare your body for top performance and reduce the physical stress factors to a minimum. Some of the benefits you will experience are increased endurance and muscle strength, reduced muscle soreness and muscle degradation, reduced degeneration of the joints, extension of your professional career with several years, and at last but not least, you will suffer less illnesses and injuries. So now I have shown and explained you the blueprint and the various methods and tools which Percentage Coaching is offering, and the only thing that remains me to do is to thank you for your attention. If you want to take your sports career to the next level, then book a free strategy Skype session now, during which we can talk about your goals or challenges and see in which way I can speed up your journey to success.